Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today I want to talk about the new moon in March. This will be occurring March 10th, and this new moon occurs in Aquarius, around 26 degrees of Aquarius. And this new moon is very important because it is with Saturn. It's not exactly with Saturn, but it's close enough to Saturn to make everything feel very serious. And another thing is, this new moon, which remember a new moon is when the sun and the moon are conjunct exactly. It's when you go out in the night sky and you don't even see the moon. And then the very next day you see a sliver, because now we're coming to the waxing moon cycle. Whereas in the next 2 weeks, we are going to have the moon increasing in light all the way till it gets to the full moon. So before I continue on, let me remind everyone to sign up for my free newsletter. You will be getting all of my predictions delivered to your email address free of charge every week. So go to galacticcenter.org, and while you're there, remember to check out my Patreon page, and you're going to see all the new exclusive information that I'm offering through Patreon. It is an amazing opportunity. So check all that out. Go to my website, galacticcenter.org. Now, let me continue on and tell you about what this new moon has to offer us. Because being in Aquarius means humanity. It's about bringing people together. And this is important because so much has been pulled apart, separated, so much polarization going on. But there's one thing about this new moon that I want to warn everyone about. And that is, it's going to be in the nakshatra called Purva Bhadrapada. And this isn't an easy nakshatra, let me warn everyone, even though it's in Aquarius, because this nakshatra has the symbology of a man with two faces. And what that can mean is two things. The positive side of it is it can be a visionary, someone who's seeing the future, someone who has visions, and likewise at the same time can see the past, because it's someone looking forward and someone looking back. And this is a powerful visionary. But if it's the other, more negative interpretation, it could be a man with two faces. In other words, meaning someone that is not so honest or real, deceptive. And that's what we have to be aware of, that there is something going on that can deal with an extremely deceptive nature. And that's how many times this nakshatra, it does produce these results, especially in a world where the consciousness is not very elevated, I must say, at the time. So there is a lot of deception, a lot of deceit, a lot of denial, and a lot of people, well, particularly world leaders that are in a position that may say one thing, but they mean another, and they know what they're doing. They're trying to deceive others. They are two-faced. So to your face, they'll say one thing, but trust me, behind your back, they're saying another. Now, this can actually even produce its results personally. So that's what I want you to be cautious of around the time of this new moon. Now, the new moon sets the seed. It plants the seed for what's to come during the full moon that arrives in 2 weeks. And this full moon that's about to happen will be on the 25th of March, and it will be a lunar eclipse. So then really what's happening is now we're in the eclipse season. And right now at this new moon, Rahu sits at 21 degrees of Pisces and Ketu sits at 21 degrees of Virgo. This is important because they're stationary. They're standing still. When you look at the true node of where they're moving, for 3 months around eclipses, they stand still. And this degree marking is imperative It is in Pisces, and it's in the nakshatra Revati. And Revati is about travels. It's about long distance travels. And I'm getting that there's things about traveling, about ships in particular, because when I look at Pisces, I think of the oceans, the ships. There can be something that's about to hit. Maybe some ship, and maybe it's something dealing with warfare that could go down. But pay attention, because there is so much deceit and denial and problems and two-faced. And I think what's really brewing, what's coming up with this new moon and where the nodal axes sit, that we're looking at a very dangerous next 6 months to come. And even the next month to come, when we're looking at the lunar to the solar eclipse. This is a treacherous time, and it deals with water. It deals with ships, boats, attacks. Be aware what's happening on the forefront of war and countries, because we are not in a peaceful time right now. There are things that concern me a lot. And another thing is, at the time of this new moon, I'm looking at the aspects, and Mars is exactly squaring Uranus. Mars sits at 25 degrees of Capricorn and Uranus at 25 degrees of Aries. These are cardinal signs too, which means very action oriented. So this is a critical time. What is Mars? Mars in Capricorn is extraordinarily powerful. And Uranus is the planet of sudden unexpected events. And the square aspect is harsh and difficult. So there is an unexpected attack or event that could happen around this time of this new moon. I'm telling you to watch out. Now, Mars is even in the nakshatra Dhanishta at this time. That nakshatra is ruled by Mars, so don't kid yourself. Mars is all powerful, and it is pretty violent at this time. And Uranus deals with sudden, unexpected, and I think this means attacks. I hate to say it, but this needs to be carefully watched. There's something going on here. And the other thing is that this new moon, the way it's positioned from Ketu, the nodal axes, it actually goes to the 6th house. I know I don't expect a lot of you to know what I'm talking about, but let me just say this. This placement of this new moon relative to the nodal axes could indicate something going on with disease. And maybe there's some kind of strikes of some kind of disease or something that could infiltrate into our world again. You know, when it comes to attacks, that's probably the most dangerous of all biological warfare. It really took the world down in 2020. So let's see. Hopefully it is not about biological warfare. But in reality, it's worse than nuclear warfare, because it really does take more lives. Nuclear is so much more violent, and the destruction stays for a lot longer, although biological warfare is probably the deadliest, takes out more people. I just really hope that everyone is on guard, because we need protection right now. Everywhere around the world, we need to be protected from those forces that want to destroy, that want to hurt, and want to harm others. And this is not the world that I think should be existing right now, where people kill one another. But it is a fact. It's what goes on. And it is a really dark, dark energy. We're in critical times right now. And when I look at where the nodes are and where this new moon is falling with Saturn. Saturn represents a seriousness, a heavy tone, a heavy feel in the air. Everyone is feeling it, like the other shoe's about to drop. And yes, this is what this eclipse season's about to bring. Some upsets, attacks, health scares. So much is bubbling up, and we need to be strong. I keep telling everyone, be strong. Know you're protected. Know you're secure. Know that you're here to help others through this difficult time. Those that are watching my videos know this, and we have to trust that we are here to help give guidance and a sense of security through these difficult, troubled times. And eventually, that will be what will take over: the good, the light, the love. Because otherwise, this planet is in really bad shape. But let me reassure you, there are definitely more people of the light and of the good and of love than there are that want to harm and damage and destroy the world and destroy countries. So be aware and be strong, have trust, and know that you're okay and that you're here to help others that need to feel strong and protected as well. The more people that come from this essence and this energy, the better the world is going to be. So this is where we're headed. This is where we're going. And another thing I'm looking at from this new moon, we have Mercury that just crossed over Neptune a few days before. As I said, there are all sorts of deceptive things going on in the world. A man with two faces. Things are not as what we're being told or as they appear. Listen to your gut knowing. Listen to your intuition. We all have that inner voice that's going to tell us exactly what we need to know. We just have to trust it. So with that, I think I'll close. And if you would like more information on me, if you would like to learn Vedic astrology, I have an all-online university. You can learn how to be an astrologer. Check it out. Go to universityofvedicastrology.com. Thank you.